All right, let's take a look at the FTSE 100. Okay, I've got the Z continuous contract. You can use the UK 100 CFD. You can use the UKX index. So similar to the DAX chart, in prior months, there was a gap down before going higher. So this is a spike, a pullback, and a channel. Spike to a new high, that's the low of the pullback. So that's the start of the channel. And then we're going to be channeling up. Now, we're not too sure what the channel looks like. Is it going to look like that? Is it going to look something like this? We're not too sure. But we've got consecutive bull bars closing on their highs. We're above the moving average, and we broke out of a tight trading range. So some traders will look at this tight trading range and say, well, we need to probably go a measured move up, which we reached. So some traders that bought and scaled in lower are now at their targets here. But what do you notice about the high of the trading range and the low of this bar? This is a breakout and a test. That was the prior high. That's the low of the pullback. And that means we might have a further target up here at 9,000 even. We're always in long again on the monthly chart. If you'd been trying to sell a wedge in here, you kept failing. We kept breaking above, testing and going higher. This is a really strong bull bar. At a minimum, these traders need half R up there. 1-to-1 of this bull bar is up at 9,150. Now, I had a lot of targets at 8,800, which we rocketed up to reach on Friday, which was great. In FTSE, my strategy has been relatively simple for the past couple of years. I look at opportunities to buy above the moving average in a bull channel, scale in, great. If not, I have to add on. So I'm scaling into a bull channel, and then I'm looking to take profits at the high or what I think is the channel line. But I'm looking for breakouts like this. Sometimes you get stuck trading the monthly chart and it's not really going anywhere. Other times you see a nice looking tail in a bull channel and think, okay, great. There are other traders doing the same thing. So we're always in long, better to be long or flat. This is really good follow through in a bull channel. What do the bears think? Well, the bears see a couple of pushes up, some kind of a wedge, but now we've got a bull breakout. This is a tight trading range in a bull channel that's been going on a long time. So this is a possible final flag, and the bears want this to act as a magnet, but they don't have a sell signal on the monthly chart. So even though there's overlap, the only sells are above the bars. And that's not something I'm willing to do when there's so many gaps below. So always in long on the monthly chart. We got to 8,800. I thought we might go a little bit more sideways at 8,800, which we'll see this week. We've got 9,000, a little bit above. DAX has just rocketed up to magnets. So it might be the case that we do something a little bit similar. Let's take a look at the weekly chart. So you can see a lot of sideways. When the market breaks out of this trading range, the market relies on uncertainty, and that means it needs to get to that measured move so the market can become uncertain again. So we've just been drifting higher. So we got up to 8,800 once, then we got a second time, and Friday is a bull outside bar. Last week was a bull outside bar. It's a micro double bottom. You can see more clearly on this chart, here is a spike, here is a pullback and a channel, and we're just channeling up. Is it something like this? Is it something like this? So traders are going to be buying and buying lower, betting that we're just going to drift sideways up to hit these targets. Now, bears had one attempt to reverse here. It failed badly. They had a second attempt to reverse here. It also failed. This one triggered consecutive bull bars. This one didn't even trigger. Let me just double check. Low of that, 96.5. So it did trigger by half a point. Now, if neither of these triggered, I'd say there was a good chance of getting a measured move up of that failed signal, which would put us up above 9,000. But it looks more like a parabolic wedge. So we're going to have a couple of legs sideways to up. Is this leg 3? Maybe. I mean, there's nothing to sell here. You know, bears are trying to sell above things and sell higher. I think it's better to be long or flat. Now that we've got a new high for bulls, that's good because that's the stop. If 9,000 is the target and that's the stop, then getting long FTSE around 8,800, 200 point stop, 200 point target is a reasonable looking trade. Other traders will be waiting for more of a pullback around to 8,700, hoping to get up there. But I think we're going to 9,000. We might pull back and go sideways around here because there are higher time frame targets. If you look at this chart with more bars, lots of sideways with brief spikes. We call this a trending trading range. And a trending trading range can be difficult to trade because the moment it breaks out, everyone gets excited. only to be disappointed in their trade while we go sideways. So I think traders will be quick to exit if they've bought high and will be happier to buy lower. They'll be happy to scale into shorts higher and just trade this like a channel. And that's FTSE for next week.